I'm Carrie and this is Keep It Simple DIY. Today I am going to be processing all these strawberries. About a month ago I got a fantastic deal on strawberries and I ended up picking up about 6 packages. I don't know how big they were, 2-pound packages possibly. This is the same day that I got all that chicken. I got it in the same order and I ate one package full and then I put the rest in the freezer. So today we are going to be making some jam or jelly. I don't remember what it's called. Which one is it? It's the one where you don't have to strain it. Crushed fruit. I think that's called a jam. Yep, a jam. So I've never made a jam before with a pectin, so I'm still undecided on if I'm going to use the pectin or not. I am going to see how much this cooks down to, because the way I need to do the recipe is I need to figure out how many cups of crushed strawberries I have, and these are frozen so I can't crush them. So once I do that, I'll decide which recipe I want to go with. So the two things I'm using the Ball's Complete Book of Home Preserving, and this one has a traditional long cook jam in it. I've done this type of a jam with some blueberries before where you just put sugar in it and then you let it sit for a really long time cooking. Then I also have the Sure Gel recipe that came out of the box, and this gives me two options. It gives me the options for it being cooked with sugar, and then it also gives me the option for being cooked with Splenda. So I am going to get these on the stove, and then once they are softened down, we'll see how much there is. Let me show you my pot that I'm using. I'm going to be using this pot. I'm hoping they'll fit really well, and the reason that I'm going to be using it is because it has measurements on the side. So if you can see there, it tells me in cups and quarts how much there is. So then I don't have to take this back out and like dump everything to measure it. I can just use the pot. So that's fantastic. I do want to mention that it's very important whenever you're canning that you're following a trusted, safe, tested recipe. Canning can be very dangerous if not done properly. So we just want to make sure we're always safe when we do it. Okay, at this point, nothing crazy. I'm just going to stick these on the stove, turn it on, and let them cook away for quite a while. My strawberries just kind of boiled over the top a little bit. I'm going to go through and mash them. And I've thought about if I want to use like a food blender thing, but I think I want them to still be pretty chunky. Or do I want to do that? Okay, I am going to give this just a little bit of a blitz and hope that I don't. I'm always afraid of these things because I think they're going to like spray me. Sure, I'm slow. I just had to ponder this for quite a while on what I wanted to do. I considered doing part of a recipe with the pectin, part without, and I think I've decided I'm just going to do the regular cook down slow recipe because then I don't have to use another pot. So the recipe is 3 to 4 ratio. So for every 4 cups of strawberries, then I need 3 cups of sugar. So I need 7.5 cups of sugar for my 10 cups of strawberries. So 7.5 we've got, let's see. Okay, there goes 1. So I've got this on low. I am going to stir this all in. Oh goodness, this is a little tough. Just a little bit of sugar here. I do have this pot over here boiling, just full of water. Oh, I should add some vinegar to it. That is the pot that I'm going to be using for canning these. So let's see, what does the recipe say to do here? So obviously we have to let that sugar melt. Bring to a boil over medium heat, boil it, stirring frequently until the mixture thickens. Then do a gel test. So that's it. We're just waiting for this to thicken. All right, easy enough. Okay, it has been quite a while, and our jam is now at the point where it's set. It got just below 220 degrees Fahrenheit, 105 degrees Celsius. I thought about continuing, but a few things. One, I like a little bit of a runnier jam. I don't really like when they're super thick. And 2, I didn't want to wait any longer. So I'm hoping that this works out great. I mean, I don't see why it wouldn't. Worst case scenario is I end up with a little bit of syrup, but this is already really thick, so I know it's not going to be super syrupy. I'm okay with the foam on top too. I'm not going to try to like push it off too much or anything, but we've got a really good consistency here. Now we need to jar it up. I have hot jars here, and I am going to just use the funnel, and then I'll wipe the rims off and put new rings on them. I do have some barbecue sauce going in the background. That'll be a different video up for you. And I want to try really hard to not burn myself, so that's my goal here. Half an inch headspace. You know, these are really a cute idea for a gift for somebody. Just a jelly or a jam. I have little 4-ounce jars too I might fill up. I'm not sure, I haven't decided yet. Okay, those two are filled. Let's wipe the rims. I don't think I got anything on the rims, but just in case, I got some on the counter though, and this towel. We'll add some new lids. These lids are Care. I was using, let's see, Ball a little bit earlier today when I made the blueberry jam, which is over there. My favorite canning lids are Care. They seal the best. And then otherwise I just use whatever. But by whatever I mean ones that are meant for canning, because you all know it's hard to tell sometimes. Sometimes they're just decorative canning lids. All right, these are going in the water. Whoa. Maybe I'll lower that just a tad. And then I'm going to just continue doing this. So I'm going to continue filling these jars and then getting them in there. Then I will run them for, it says 15 minutes, but I live in high altitude, so that means 25 minutes for me. And I will be back with you as soon as these come out of the canner. All right, the strawberry jam's been in the canner now for 20 minutes, and then I let it sit for 5 after it was done. I'm going to take it out. I did also get 3 little 1/4 pint jars, and I put them in this Dutch oven back there on top of a washcloth. So they are boiling away. They have about 16 minutes left to process. All right, there's a lot going on over here, but this little pot with these 1/4 pints just finished up. So I am going to go this way, around, and set these down. There's only 3 in here, but these are the last of the jam. And I want to make sure not to drip that on my toes. I'm always afraid of burning myself because burns on me just seem to last forever. Something will burn for hours and hours and hours. All right. Okay, look at that. All right, we did it. We have quite a few little jars of jam. This is probably enough jam to last me, honestly, like 10 years. I will find different uses for it though. I just don't typically have a lot of uses for jam. But I could definitely use it on my sourdough bread. So I am going to let these sit here overnight, and then in the morning I will take the rings off, see what, or maybe not in the morning, probably in the late afternoon because it's pretty later in the afternoon now. But I'll take the rings off, see which ones sealed. If they didn't seal, I'll put them in the fridge. If they did, I'll wash them, get them labeled, and put them in the pantry. This would be a fantastic gift. Now I would suggest if you're gifting it, probably want to take the foam off. I didn't mind the foam being in there, but they would look a lot cuter if they didn't have the foam. Then you could put like a little cute ribbon around it, or like use a fun lid, one of those like decorative canning lids. Yeah, so have you made jam before? What's your favorite kind of jam? I'm really curious. There's a lot in the Ball book, like the whole first section is jams, and I've only made 2. I've made blueberry and I've made this. And the blueberry, I think I just made like 3 little 1/4 pints only. That was the only amount. And all I've done so far is just the long cook method where you just cook it down with sugar and nothing else added. So tell me what your favorite jam is. Have you tried that cantaloupe jam? That's a little interesting. Oh, I guess I technically have made onion jam. Look who wants to join the party. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new here and haven't yet, please subscribe. I'd love to see you here. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Say bye, Milo. What do you see over there? Oh, what's going on?